economy. Iron ore and limestone for steel, aggregate and cement for construction, coal for power generation, and more. Those cargoes generate 103,000 jobs with an economic impact of over $20 billion. I will discuss the benefits of marine transportation, the Great Lakes Navigation System, our role, the importance of the Jones Act, and maritime infrastructure. As this graphic demonstrates, it takes less energy to move cargo via water. We move a ton of cargo 607 miles from Duluth to Detroit with 1 gallon of fuel. A truck moves that ton 59 miles per gallon and rail 202. Vessels also emit fewer tons of carbon dioxide per ton mile. Economies of scale help lower energy consumption. One of our lakers can move 70,000 tons of cargo, which is the equivalent of 700 rail cars or 3,000 trucks. If trucks operated with vessels' efficiency, they could be powered with a lawnmower engine. Prior to the development of the interstate highway system, raw materials, lumber, people, vehicles, and finished goods also moved on lakers. The higher value, time-sensitive cargoes now move by faster modes, so low value, heavy cargoes are our focus. Self-unloading vessels can unload in hours, what once took weeks. This technology and larger vessels combine to make the lakes the world's most efficient system for shipping dry bulk cargo. In fresh water, vessels last decades longer. We maintain our vessels rather than replace them. Last winter, we invested $70 million in maintenance. New construction and conversions are also part of our investment plan. Interlake Steamship recently announced the construction of a new laker. Van Inkport Tug and Barge announced the construction of a new laker-sized barge, and Port City Marine Services completed the conversion of a cement barge. The Merchant Marine Act of 1920, the Jones Act, requires that vessels moving cargo between U.S. ports be American-owned, American-built, and American-crewed. This bedrock of maritime policy provides the stability necessary to invest in the fleet. The national, economic, and homeland security benefits and the regulatory certainty it provides allows long-term contracts. The Jones Act encourages Americans to invest huge sums of money in assets that will last decades. It takes more than vessels. The Corps of Engineers will soon begin construction on a new Soo lock to add system resiliency. No longer will 11 million Americans be dependent on a single point of failure in northern Michigan. Maintenance of channel depths is also critical. I applaud the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee's efforts to fully spend the Harbor Maintenance Trust Fund. Through your efforts, we have made great strides. We also need adequate and reliable Coast Guard icebreakers on the Great Lakes, but we appear to be losing ground on that front. Because we carry low-value cargo, we operate on thin margins. We are sensitive to the cost of regulations. Even high-value cargo is sensitive to additional shipping costs, such as the harbor maintenance tax being applied a second time to containerized imports that move domestically by ship. Cargo is king, and transportation industry evolves to serve its needs. We exploit the laws of physics that make shipping the most efficient, environmentally friendly, and socially responsible mode of transportation. We changed the size of our vessels and invented self-unloading technology. In order to grow the domestic maritime industry, we need regulatory stability, support the Jones Act, and consider the cost of regulations, infrastructure, dredging, breakwalls, locks, and icebreakers. And we need system resiliency, a new lock in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. Moving low-value, heavy commodities is what we do best. We can and want to do more. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Weakley. Mr. Willis. Good afternoon, Chairman Maloney, Ranking Member Gibbs. On behalf of the Transportation Trades Department of the AFL-CIO and our affiliated unions, I want to thank you for inviting us to testify this morning and appreciate the interest of the subcommittee in finding new and innovative ways to grow our U.S. merit.